There are many rites of passage that happen for a young man when he's at Rockmont. It happens different for guys at different ages. One of the ones happens on opening day when the parents are bringing the young man in. It's really exciting for us because we know the story from both ways. We know it as the folks who work at camp and how we're trying to set this young man up really well for him to do what is just natural in him, to walk into this journey, to find his own way in a caring place. I also know it as a parent, as I have done that for my son and daughter, and walked them into places where I have to trust other folks and have to walk away and just trust that they have been created with this heart that is open, with this mind that is smart, and that as a parent I've done what I could to bring them to this point and then allow them to walk through it.
Rockmont, and you really learn skills that you can use in your life when you get older, like how to take care of yourself, how to cook your own food, and it really just teaches you life lessons.
So we grew sorghum last year to make molasses from the cane, and then we used the seed, to grind to make sorghum flour, combined with field corn that we grind to make corn cakes. So we make corn cakes and put molasses.
There are a lot of great activities at camp. We're often asked, how are we unique? How is Rockmont different from other camps? And there are a lot of good camps. One of the things that we try to do intentionally every week is gather with the campers on the mountain in different areas and review the week. It's part of our council program. And there's songs and there are different games that they play. But it's also a time when the counselors are pointing out who in their cabin has exemplified traits of our motto, and who has shown that they're growing during their time at camp and exhibiting marks of a godly man. The counselors actually have campers stand up and show them very tangibly how they are leaving their mark on this place and on their friends. So they will highlight the camp motto of strength and gentleness, force and refinement, mastery of body, and servitude to God.
Bear camp counselor said, Daniel, do you have anything of servitude to God? And he said, yes. Grant Kleber, please stand up. And I stood up, and he said, on the first night here, Grant Kleber saw there was a big mess on table 3, and the first words Grant said were, is there anything I could do to help?
obviously we want to teach them some basic skills and kind of teach them a new hobby that they could hopefully use the rest of their life. But there's also a lot of other just kind of parallels with life that I hope they can see in terms of kind of some things about being nervous about something and pushing through, learning some lessons about, hey, sometimes the hard way is the easy way and the easy way is the hard way. Just a lot of different life lessons, so we can kind of tie all those things together. So neat activity to be able to do something like that with.
One of the best things about working in mountain camp is a lot of the guys have been here for numerous years. Guys that started all the way down in bear camp from cabin 1 all the way up. And it's really neat to see how those guys then react to guys who are brand new coming into the mountain camp and how they form the same community.
And we find that young men are built to do a lot of things. They have incredible amount of courage and ability, and we try to put them in situations that really focuses on that. And they come away from that knowing they can do things that are fun. They also know that they can do things that are pretty tough. We find they do that really well because your sons were made to do those type of things.
We were made for this! We were made for this! We were made for this! This is what we're made for!
In a really positive way, you see this young man develop. Sometimes it's developing during a day, sometimes it takes weeks, but it reminds him that he's going to be doing that work the rest of his life. And we get to stand back and watch him do that.
Well, I actually learned how to play guitar at Rockmont. A counselor of mine named Josh actually gave me his guitar for the first time during rest period, and I was fumbling around a little bit, probably making a fool out of myself, but out of his encouragement, I was able to take that skill home and tell my parents I want to learn how to play guitar.
My name is George Sanders. I'm from Durham, North Carolina. This is my 3rd year at Rockmont. I took 2 years off. My first year I came as a CIT, which I would not trade that experience for anything. My 2nd year I came for Adventure Week, was a very good experience as well. And now my 3rd year here, I'm finally a camp counselor, and it's really good to be here.
I was a camper in 2005. Cabin 40, one of the great things I think I learned from Rockmont was starting to hear about Christ in a personal relationship. I'd grown up Christian, but something I never really thought about before. But it was definitely something that intrigued me that definitely carried on. And still looking back today, something I see Rockmont as like my first true coming to Christ experience.
Introducing some of our junior counselors, some of our younger counselors to the staff during orientation, and had them stand up and say, how long they had been involved with Rockmont, how old were they when they started. And we were amazed at the number of years represented. What we feel like is that when a camper starts at Rockmont, this gets into their blood, and they realize that there's something going on here that they'd like to come back to. And we walk along with them through this journey into manhood.
Strength and gentleness.
Strength and gentleness.
Strength and gentleness.
Strength and gentleness.
Force and refinement.
Force and refinement.
Force and refinement.
Force and refinement. Mastery of body.
Mastery of body.
Mastery of body.
Mastery of body.
Servitude to God. Servitude to God.
Servitude to God.
Servitude to God.
things we're doing at the waterfront are the vlog, the high dive, the goalie watch, everything.
This is our cabin, best in camp.
Want to see?
This is my bed, and this is where I keep my stuff.